before I get into this story, if you do not like my voice, stay away from the channel. I don't spill out 2,000 words a minute like AI, like so many of you prefer. But anyway, this is one of the craziest stories I have received. Found out my wife was cheating on me while I was working and my newborn isn't mine. This story has 4 updates. Let's go. It's amazing how a single piece of paper can destroy your entire world. When I was looking for some batteries for my TV remote, I found my 3 months old medical records tucked away in a manila envelope. Being the organized person that I am, I started scanning them to create digital copies. That's when I noticed something odd on the blood work results. Sometimes the smallest details can lead to the biggest revelations in our lives. My blood type is O negative. According to these test results, our daughter is AB positive. I'm not a doctor, but I remembered enough from high school biology to know this wasn't possible. Just to be sure, I spent the next hour Googling blood type inheritance charts. The more I read, the sicker I felt. There was absolutely no way I could be this child's biological father. Backstory. 5 years ago, I was working as a project manager for a commercial construction company. My buddies had been trying to get me into rock climbing for months. Finally, one random Tuesday afternoon, I gave in and went to check out this new climbing gym they wouldn't shut up about. That's where I met her. She worked as an interior designer for commercial buildings, and we often crossed paths on various projects. But I had never really talked to her until that day at the gym. We started climbing together regularly. After a few months, climbing sessions turned into dinner dates. 2 years later, we got married. The pregnancy announcement came during our 3rd year of marriage. I was over the moon. We had been trying for about 6 months. The pregnancy went smoothly. Our daughter was born in June of this year. I was there for every doctor's appointment, cut the cord myself. Didn't sleep for those first few weeks. Changed more diapers than I can count. It's wild how you can love someone so much only to find out they're not actually yours. Now here I am staring at these medical records, trying to figure out how to handle this situation without completely losing my mind. I've already called out of work for the next few days. Told them I had some family emergency to deal with. Well, I guess that's not exactly a lie. Now I need to figure out my next steps very carefully. Because one thing's for sure, nothing in my life is ever going to be the same after this. The first thing I did was call my doctor's office. I needed to verify what I already knew about blood types. The nurse confirmed everything I had read online. It was scientifically impossible for me to be the father. When you're in this situation, you need to be absolutely certain before making any moves. I spent the next few days watching my wife's routine. She works from home 3 days a week. Well, that's the way it looked. I installed a GPS tracker on her car, telling myself it was just to prove my suspicions wrong. It didn't. On her work from home days, she would leave after I headed to the construction site. The GPS showed her going to a newly built apartment complex across town. She'd stay there for hours. It's amazing how many lies you discover once you start paying attention. I hired a private investigator. Best $5,700 I ever spent. Within a week, he had photos. Turns out she was meeting one of her clients, some hotshot real estate developer. They'd been seeing each other for at least 18 months, right around the time we started trying for a baby. The PI also got copies of their text messages. They knew the baby wasn't mine. They had been laughing about it. I spent another $40 on a DNA test kit just to be sure. Swabbed the baby's cheek while my wife was at the gym. Sent it off to the lab. The results came back in 3 days. 0% probability of paternity. I wasn't even surprised anymore. Just numb. Sometimes the confirmation of what you already know still hits different. During all this, I had to act normal. Go to work, come home, play with the baby, kiss my wife goodbye in the mornings. But inside, I was planning. I withdrew $13,000 from my personal savings account, leaving her the other half. Opened up a new bank account at a different bank. Started gathering all our financial documents. Made copies of everything. When your world is falling apart, you need to think with your head, not with your heart. The hardest part was seeing her act like everything was normal. She still make my coffee every morning, ask about my day, plan weekend activities, all the while living this double life. I'm writing this from a hotel room now. Tomorrow, I'm meeting with the divorce attorney. The PI report is sitting on my laptop, along with the DNA test results and screenshots of all their messages. My lawyer said I had a solid case for an at-fault divorce, but we needed to be strategic about the timing. He suggested I wait until she was served with the papers before moving out. That way she couldn't claim abandonment. It's crazy how you have to protect yourself legally from someone who's supposed to be your partner. I waited until she was at one of her client meetings. The PI confirmed her location with photos. That's when I had her served with divorce papers at her lover's apartment in front of him. Sometimes karma works in your favor. My wife came home screaming. How could I do this to her? How dare I embarrass her like that? I just played the video from my phone, the one showing her and her boyfriend talking about the baby, about how they fooled me. She went quiet real fast. Her lover's wife showed up at our door the next day. Turns out she had suspected something for months, but he had convinced her she was being paranoid. We compared notes, shared evidence. They had been using company funds for their little rendezvous, hotels, fancy restaurants, weekend business trips. Against my lawyer's advice, I moved out that weekend. I couldn't stand it anymore. Took only what was mine. Left the baby's room untouched. That was the hardest part. 3 months of being a dad, 3 months of midnight feedings, 3 months of love, all based on a lie. The divorce proceedings started immediately. My lawyer was aggressive. We had everything documented, the affair, the paternity fraud, the misuse of company funds. Her lover got fired when his company found out. His wife filed for divorce too. Update 1. 1 month later. My wife moved in with her parents. The house is empty now. I hired a real estate agent to sell it. Got a call from her mother yesterday. She wanted to explain her daughter's side of things. I hung up. Funny how some people think there's a justifiable explanation for what happened. The legal team discovered more financial deception. She had a secret credit card, spent over $40,000 on their little romance, hotels, gifts, weekend getaways, all while I was working 71-hour weeks. My lawyer says this strengthens our case. Update 2. 2 months later. The house sold in 3 days. I made a little bit of money, but I gave her some of it. I am hoping it would look good in the divorce. I let her have most of the furniture. Didn't want reminders of our fake life anyway. Her lover's wife reached out again. His company is pressing charges for embezzlement. Damn. Turns out they were using client funds for their affair. Over $75,000 missing. My wife might be in some trouble as well. Not my problem anymore. Update 3. 3 months later. Divorce is almost finalized. The judge wasn't happy about the paternity fraud or the financial deception. She's not getting alimony. Had to pay back half of what she spent on the affair. Her lover got 18 months for embezzlement. I started seeing a therapist, not because I miss her, but to make sure I don't carry this baggage forward. Moved to a different part of town. Started a new position with another construction firm. Better pay, less stress. Final update. 6 months later. Divorce is official. I'm legally free. The baby is with her mom. The thing that really saved me was I never put my name on that birth certificate. Her lover admitted paternity. He will start paying child support when he gets out of prison. Started dating again recently. Don't know if I can put up with the dating standards, but at least I am mingling, I guess. Nothing serious, but I'm upfront about my story. No more secrets, no more lies. The climbing gym where we met is closing this month. Seemed fitting somehow, like the universe was closing that chapter for good. Men and women, If you're going through something similar to mine, document everything. Trust your gut. And remember, it's okay to walk away. You deserve better.